Hello, what is going on, everyone? This is the Bad Advice Show. I guess we haven't called it that in a while, but that is okay. I'm your host. N- Not the most decorated, not the owner of the shitty, uh, manager, owner of the Aardvark Kings, the only two-time, the first and only back-to-back previous winner, previous champ. Not going to be this year, but that's okay. I'm your host, Grant Cron. It is a solo cast tonight. It is just me, but that is okay. We don't have a whole lot to go over, so we will make this very quick. Um, I shouldn't say very quick. Quick is, I guess, relative in the whole grand scheme of things. Sorry, let me. All right, but we will we will try and rip through this, and we will be in and out. Um, So yeah, that's what do we got? We got the shitty matchup to go over. We have 2 rounds of playoffs and 2 rounds of consolation. So let's get right into it. Let me transition there. Can you all see? Yes, okay. All right, so first matchup I have is this is the consolation matchup of the American division. Natalina Wine Mixer beating John Popper's harmonica. A big fall from grace for John's Poppers here. Just a not great performance. Sam Howell only putting up -1 point. That's probably the lowest we're going to see from anybody. I mean, but Natalie's still putting up 138, even with Cortland Sutton putting up 0. 31 from Allen, 22 from Zay Flowers. Great week from her. 22 from Young Ho Koo. Probably being one of the best kickers this year. Well, I guess on our wrap-up show we'll have to go back over it. But I want to say he's top. He's consistently double digits getting up there. So Natalina Wine Mixer moving on to try and I guess it doesn't mean much, but 7th place is what she's now playing for against Danis System. Danis System beating Cowboys D for 54, 108 to 82. Nothing really to write home anyway here. I mean, Russell Wilson getting 27 points, putting up 238 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions, and getting benched this week by the Broncos for Jarrett Stidham. Danis System has some good keepers here. Danis System has some good bones. I mean, same with Cowboys D, but Danis, I mean, let's say Kyron Williams. Good bones right there. That's good bones. That's a keeper right there. That'll be good for him next year. I think he got Thielen at a decent price. Let's see here. Got him for $1. As long as he doesn't retire. Decent keeper. So yeah, that's this was the consolation matchup between Danis System and between the in the Lebanese division. What do we want to do next? Let's jump into the playoff. You know what? Let's go here. This was the last place matchup here. This was for it all. Not for it all, but for the shitty. Loser of this got the shitty, and I guess you couldn't really ask for a better matchup here. Bijan Mustard had Puka Nacua on Thursday put up 33 points. And then on the Saturday games then it was had his kicker Dicker put up 25 points. And then I think it was the Seahawks played on Saturday also, so he was going in with a 60-some point lead, and I thought that was it. That, like, how do you? I was going into Sunday like, why even bother? It's over. There's no way. Uh, there's no way I beat. I mean, he's gonna put up 140 points when he needs to show up. He's gonna show up, but Madison put. I think Madison was the game changer for him. I mean, let's scroll down and see his bench. I guess he could have put Olave in, but for who I'm not. You don't put him over Diggs or DJ Moore the way he's played. So Miles, yeah, no. I guess this was the team that his best team he could have fielded. I wouldn't have changed anything, but Travis, congratulations. You are the worst team in the league. I mean, not by much, but hey, you are the proud owner of the shitty. Your name is going on some hardware. There are 3 teams now that have 2 trophies of any kind. Myself, who went back to back, so I got two rings. Connor, he's got a ring, and he took home the shitty last year. That's 2. And now Travis joins that club. He got a ring. I think it was what, year 2? It was year 2 he won it. So he's got a ring and now his name on the shitty. So it's a prestigious club he's joining. So yeah, congratulations. And we look forward to hearing your singing voice at next year's draft doing the national anthem for us. But now the important stuff. Let's get to the playoff matchups. Some good matchups. I didn't see this happening. I mean, almost crossing 200s. Post Mahomes wins 199.6 to 121.4. Amari Cooper getting 56 helps, and T. Higgins getting 30 helps a lot. Everybody else is pretty much hitting projections or getting just above projections. So far, a great week for kickers, I guess. 26 from Post Mahomes kicker. But only 2 from his defense. So it's Harley. Both teams first time playoffs. Both teams. So you hate to see them both gone, but what can you do? Sorry, Harley. I mean, you're still playing. You're both. He's still going. You're still moving up, Harley. You're still going to be in the American division. You're getting promoted either way. CeeDee Lamb getting you 30 is huge. It's just you didn't have someone like Amari Cooper putting up 56. So Post Mahomes moving on to play worst to first, who had a first round bye. Next matchup is Catch Me Outside, Herbert that losing to Big Smith Energy. Another 190. Both teams came to play in round 1. You hope they didn't blow their load in week 1. But 43 from Breece Hall. Great week. Again, I mean, I feel like a little bit more solid across the board from Big Smith Energy opposed to Post Mahomes. Even though Post Mahomes put up another 2 points over Big Smith Energy, but you're getting a little bit more of a solid team. I mean, 19, 16, 26, 17, 17, 19. Where I think they're Post Mahomes, I mean, let's take a look. Had a single digit sprinkled in there, low teens, and then just a couple big stunners there. But now Big Smith Energy moves on to play CMCU later, who had a first round bye. And then Catch Me Outside, Herbert that will play Better Luck Next Time in the, what would that be? The 5th and 6th place game. So yeah, I mean, we can take a look at the buys real quickly. 95, I mean, I get it, it's, okay, you could have played James Conner, so it's your buy, so you didn't really care about looking at your lineup, but Same with Mike here. Purdy only putting up 2.4. Prescott putting up 27. Great week for him. So that probably would have changed. Probably switched him around, but you're not playing anyone. You got first round bye. Who gives a shit, right? Let's go on to week 17 now. Yeah, so I'm not playing anyone. All right, we gotta go. What is going on? You're supposed to play. All right, we have. Sorry, we're doing a little. You're supposed to. Okay, so we gotta. Yeah, okay. All right. Sorry, little. You're gonna see behind the curtain how this works. We gotta change the matchup because Cowboys D for 54 shouldn't be playing himself. He needs to play John Poppers. You play no one. You play no one. All right. So that's all. All right. All right. So here we go. All right. All right. So now this would be the the 9th and 10th place matchup here. The Cowboys D for 54 versus John Poppers. Expansion team versus a potential what was supposed to be a playoff team. John Poppers was on the edge of making playoffs. Now dropped far. It's a far drop for him, especially in like the last week. I mean, it was a 1 week difference here, but going over it, I mean, pretty much on that alone, I'm gonna go for John Poppers. That's where my vote this week is going. And then, so this would be the sixth or the 7th and 8th place matchup here. Danis System versus Natalina Wine Mixer. Natalina Wine Mixer close to a playoff team. I mean, the record wise says she should have been and took down a playoff caliber team last week to put herself in this position. But points wise was not really close to the playoff, especially if there was gonna be a tiebreaker. But record wise was there. Danis System, and you know what? If there was one more week, I think Danis System would have made playoffs. The way he was going, he was on a little bit of a win streak. So this will be a pretty good matchup. Not like it means much. It's just for the top of the bottom division now, the shithole division. Whatever we'll call that next year. But looking at it, I'm gonna go with Natalina Wine Mixer. I like Raheem Mostert. Zay Flowers had a pretty good week, and Josh Allen is a wild card. He can get you. He can get you wins on his own, especially with Russell Wilson not playing this week too, and he doesn't have a quarterback to plug in there, so he's going to have to drop someone to plug in a quarterback. All right, so we'll go here then. This is the would be the 5th and 6th place matchup. Now I guess you can kind of say that they've dropped down to consolation. Both these teams lost first round of the playoffs. So we're now talking about the American division. Now we're talking about the better teams in the league this year. I think this is an easy no problem though. As much as I do like Harley's team and Harley getting to the playoffs, I'm gonna go with Jacob here. Catch me outside, Herbert. That is just is the better team. Should have won first round, but just Billy came out of nowhere with 197. So like, it sucks to suck, I guess. All right, now let's get into the good shit. The teams that are still around, the teams that are still fighting for the championship, still fighting for it all. Post Mahomes versus worst to first. Winner of this game goes to the championship. This is probably Post Mahomes is on a winning streak. The weirdest winning streak. A winning streak that probably shouldn't be happening. He put up 199 points. And that is what is going to make this matchup so good, because I think 2 weeks before that, worst to first put up 199 points. Do I think Post Mahomes can do it again? No. That was a fluke. I don't see... We got to scroll down for you so you can see this better. I don't see Amari Cooper doing that again. I mean, that was... I mean, especially he's playing the Jets. Cooper's playing the Jets. Post Mahomes looking at it, really doesn't have the matchups on his side. He's got some good ones. I mean, he's got Swift against Arizona. And the Jaguars D against Carolina. The rest are pretty good matchups, though. Cincinnati's defense has been fairly good. Jets defense is one of the best pass defenses in the league. Seattle's a team in contention for playoffs. They're fighting for playoffs. Minnesota's defense has done pretty good. Kansas City's defense has done pretty good. And Baltimore's defense. So, looking over at worst to first side, you have pretty much the opposite story. You have a couple defenses that are pretty good. You got Detroit. You got Amon-Ra going up against Dallas. And you got Tua up against Baltimore. And McBride against Philly. Otherwise, you're seeing Tennessee, Carolina, Vegas, New England, Chargers, Giants. I mean, I think this is the matchup for worst to first to win. I don't see Post Mahomes doing the same thing he did last week. This is the end of the line for... It was nice to see Post Mahomes, I guess, get a playoff win, but you get back in line. It's over. Give it up. The dream's dead, you know? And the other matchup, again, winner of this matchup goes on to the championship. They're going on to the big dance. Big Smith Energy was there last year. This is a revenge game for him. He's looking to go and try and secure his title. He was there last year. He came so close to tasting it. But he's got CMCU later standing in his way. This, I mean, just based off projections, this is going to be a good matchup. This will be the one to watch. And this is really going to come down to who's the more well-rounded team. And it's going to be tough because there's high points and low points of each team. Both quarterbacks are very good. I think CMCU later edges him out in the running back category. Even though we saw Breece Hall put up 43 points last week, we've also seen him for most of the year put up single digits. Bijan, who started out hot, started out at the top, has fallen really quick. And then we kind of go to wide receivers, and I think Billy takes it in wide receivers with Jefferson and Devonta Smith. Although DK is not really worried about it. We see him be a little streaky this year, but I mean, it's the Deontay Johnson I'm worried about, who's I think maybe I'm wrong. I haven't really paid attention too much, but I think he's more of a touchdown dependent player this year and last year. And so tight ends, it's a toss up. I'm not a big fan of Evan Ingram and Isaiah Likely. I think that's his name, Isaiah Likely. Yeah, is filling in for an injured Mark Andrews. So a toss up could go either way. Look at the flex. I'm leaning towards Billy a little bit. Garrett Wilson is just a little bit better. Dobbs could be streaky. Kicker doesn't matter. Defense, maybe I gotta lean towards the Chiefs a little bit. I gotta lean towards Mike. So, and especially if we're talking consistency across the league this year, that's Mike's team. So I'm gonna go with Mike to win this one. Besides, you know what? I would like to see Mike find himself in the championship for the first time. That would be that'd be pretty cool. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see a CMCU later versus worst to first championship. And then I'd like to see CMCU later beat worst to first. Let's see. Let's go to the playoff race. So this is what kind of the bracket is looking like. That's a consolation, but so yeah. So yeah, like I said, guys, just another quick stream tonight, just me. Again, congratulations to Travis. You are the proud owner of the shitty this year. You will have a chance to defend yourself next year, but you won't have until then. Your season is over, bud. As is mine, and soon to be a few other people. So for a lot of people, this is just their last matchup of the year here. They're playing for a position. But so yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Real quick again tonight. So have a good rest of the night. Good night. Oh, I guess one more thing I'll add at the end. For the championship matchup next week, we will do some sort of party. Whether it's at my place or Connor's. Right now I'm leaning towards my place. Everybody is welcome. Everybody and their significant others are welcome. I'll make some food. We'll have some beer, some drinks. We'll have the games on. And we'll watch and we'll figure out who the winner is going to be. If it's decided and settled on Sunday, we'll be able to crown a champion at the end of Sunday. Otherwise, but yeah, so more details to follow. But just so everyone's aware, we will do a end of the year party next weekend on Sunday. So yeah, other than that, have a good night, everybody.